Hi, my name is Devin Dinsmore, and my object that I'll be talking about is my favorite fish, a tuna, and my experience I had on a fishing trip in Costa Rica last summer. A little fun fact about my family is that we're a big deep sea fishing family and we love traveling. And where better to go for deep sea fishing than Costa Rica, as it's a capital for deep sea fishing and it also has a large population of tuna. But the only problem is to get out to the tuna, you have to swim out or boat out into the middle of nowhere. And so for that reason, we had to get to marina at 6:30 a.m., which was not fun, and take a 2-hour boat ride on massive swells, which was also not fun, just to be in the middle of the ocean, surrounded by God knows what. So when we get onto the middle of the ocean, we drop our lines and we begin trolling. And for the first hour, we think it's the most pointless trip of all time. There's not a single bite, no nibble, no nothing. And then finally, my younger brother gets a nibble and the line starts screaming and we think we have a monster fish on. Surprisingly, after a 25-minute hard-fought battle, he only brings in a 15-pound tuna and we all started dying laughing, which I did not know what I was about to get myself into. Another 45 minutes goes by. I'm about half asleep because it's like sitting on a rocking chair for 2 hours. And the noise that the line made when my fish took the bait was unreal. So for the first 30 minutes of my battle, at that 30-minute mark, my younger brother and my father were pouring water all over me, trying to keep me from losing all the sweat in my body. It was just a brutal experience, and my arms are like noodles. But I was not about to give up. I was just so mad at the fish for not moving that I couldn't have it. Finally, after I think another 45 minutes, the fish finally started moving up closer to the boat, and we could see it kind of dart up in the water every few minutes every now and then. And so you can only get a tuna this big using a gaff, and a gaff is basically just a big hook where the captain he kind of hooks the side of the mouth of the fish so it doesn't break the line right at the boat, because that's where the lines break most of the time. And so I get the fish finally up close enough to the boat where my captain tells me to move after I'm getting jerked around in the back of the boat because it's the most muscular fish in the ocean. But he tells me to move so we can gaff it. And we hit the smallest bump and he goes to gaff it and he does the one thing you can't do. And he clips the line with the hook instead of getting the fish. And I lose all tension in my rod. And I was like, there's no way. He gets up and he's like, man, I'm so sorry. I didn't know how to react. I wanted to scream every cuss word in the book. But I mean, that's fishing. It's the way she goes. You're not going to get every fish, and there's going to be little errors like that every now and then. But no, it was an awesome time. I had a blast getting my butt kicked in for an hour and a half. But I think the lesson that I learned is that there's going to be some situations in life that are completely unavoidable, and you're going to have to roll with the punches, whether they're just little baby punches or an uppercut to the jaw, which is kind of how my story went. And these are my notes that I used, even though I didn't really look at them. They say self-introduction, why Costa Rica, boat ride out, my little brother battle, my battle, the loss, and the lesson.